So about 5:30 last night, Chief Thomas Jackson announces his resignation. And we began to see protesters gather at the Ferguson Police Department. I started tracking this about 8:01 last night. I got a call from my staff saying, we expect protesters on the parking lot. We think there's going to be further protesters on the parking lot. I called my staff and I said, listen, I want this like we always do this. I want this to be a very measured response by the police department. And by that I mean the St. Louis County Police Department, because the Ferguson Police Department is right now back in control of the city of Ferguson. At 12 a.m., we hear three or four shots ring out. Some of you have seen that on the media. These are shots that aren't in the air, they're not in the ground. One way you can tell is when you listen to the audio, you can actually hear those shots singing. Those shots immediately strike two officers that are standing next to each other. But I'd like to underscore that these officers are also standing in a line of about at least 20 to 25 officers. And the Webster Groves officer is shot right here at the high point of your cheek, right under the right eye, and the bullet lodges right behind his ear. And that bullet is still with him. The St. Louis County officer was struck right here on the shoulder, and the bullet came out the middle of his right back, between the scapula and his spine. Now, fortunately, with both officers, we don't have any remarkable long-term injuries. But when you look at the tenor of at least some of the people that are involved in the protest or civil unrest, it at times can be very troubling. And it's difficult for the officers to discern within a crowd of folks that are perhaps there for the right reason exactly who's doing what. As you might imagine, this is the #1 priority right now of the St. Louis County Police Department, to identify these individuals. That individual are individuals who shot our police officers.